thought to myself, am I being stupid?
It's not doing that to start my own business. It was too scary.
There were times when you go through a bit of an up and down period.
I wanted to bring back old-fashioned service.
The Australian Business Development Centre has supported the start of more than 4,500 small businesses, from simple businesses with low start-up costs through to sophisticated companies. Our philosophy of developing businesses is based on giving support to people like you that have a great idea, relevant skills, and want a boost or assistance to start the road to self-employment. Businesses we work with have a much higher success rate than expected because we have the resources to make the process of starting and maintaining success easier, the experience to see the traps, and connections to give your business the assistance it needs to accelerate. In this DVD, you'll see some of the people that got their start doing the Neis program. Neis is probably the most successful program the Commonwealth Government has ever run because it helps people build a life, their wealth, and supports them to control their own livelihood. Listen to their words. These people are filled with accomplishment and pride. Some of them began with a small idea and only a little confidence, but throughout the Neis program, these things grow and develop. Maybe Neis is the next step for you to build your independence and give you the business skills that you can use to change your life.
My name is Brian Quinn from Bellarine Restoration and Repairs. I have a business here on the Bellarine Peninsula, and what I do predominantly is restoration of older homes, particularly working with double-hung windows and casement windows.
My name's Sam. Basically been running this business now for 2.5 years, and it's called Get Pixel Multimedia, and it's primarily a web design, graphic design based agency.
My name's Susie Mitchell and I do alternative healing. I do bone therapy, Reiki, massage, ear candling.
My name's David Pott. I'm from Dry Snow Car Detailing.
I'm a qualified cabinet maker and joiner. I went through and started an apprenticeship when I was 15, but I found that it didn't appeal to me later on, the thought of working in a factory.
Because I didn't have much good schooling, you know, like I didn't really like school much. And every time I went to that letterbox it was an F for fail, right?
I had studied my massage and bowen and Reiki, pardon me, previously to starting the Neis program. But I was only working 1 day a week in that field and just working another job.
Once I found a clipping in the newspaper, I thought, great, they're there. I'm going to go and have a talk to these people and see what they've got to offer.
And we're working for the Gordon on a big online learning project, and it was while we were there working on that project that the two of us started throwing around a few ideas of what we wanted to do after studies. And after studies finished, we had a look into the Neis program. And
I said, look, what I want to do is, I'm thinking about starting my own business, but I'm starting with probably $500 in my pocket, but I have got a lot of, you know, equipment, tools and everything like that.
Because I was a single parent, I was, partly on a pension and, and working part-time and, wanting to build a business, I suppose, wanting to start a business. But it was sort of taking that step from like leaving my other job, that regular income, to not doing that to start my own business. It was too scary.
Through this class, you would call it a course. It was quite interesting. I knew what was being said, but I was with Megan, and I'd say, write this down, right? And I'd do it in my own words too, you know.
When you've finished the Neis training, then the whole thing, you've got the whole picture. You can go back and you can individually look at the notes that you've taken on the way through, and it seems to make a lot more sense when you read it through the second time.
Doing the business plan did really help me because it helped me to really clarify what I wanted.
I think it just gave a good bit of direction by having the business plan as a way of really thinking out aloud and putting it down on paper. And
the Neis scheme helped me to identify and put into perspective a plan to be able to make and build a successful business.
With Neis's income, mine would stay in this factory. Megan's, we had to use to survive with 6 children and everything like that.
Peace of mind, peace of mind, knowing that was there, and then I was able to top up my income I worked part-time as well.
Look, if it hadn't been for the income support through Neis, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
The support was definitely worthwhile for that first 12 months because it took a bit of pressure off.
In that first 12 months, you're not going to go out and make $1 squillion, and everybody knows that. But what you can do is you can make if you apply yourself, you can make a reasonably comfortable wage out of it. There were times when you go through a bit of an up and down period in that first 12 months where you think, have I done the right thing here?
Yeah, it's good to have someone come around every 3 to 4 months or whatever it was. And
any problems, you can ask them, and you know and you feel confident you're going to get the right answer.
It was good, but I knew that they were there if I did sort of, I don't know how to do the books, or I was stuck on something. I knew that the guys were there, that I could ring them, and they're very supportive.
If Warren hadn't come out and let every 3 months, thing is you could find yourself in a lot of trouble.
But by making sure that you do the work and get the information right that you can present to your mentor who's coming to view what you've done and where you're at, they're able to give you an honest appraisal of where you're at.
Oh, I love it. I love where I am now with my business, where it is now, and the growth. It's continuing to grow. I worked out of my home for the first 3 years of my business, and about 6 months ago I moved into these premises in town, and we've got the secretaries at the front, and they can take the bookings and take the money from clients and that sort of thing. And so I can just really concentrate on just being with my clients, and it's fantastic. I'm in control.
I'm absolutely loving it.
Looking back to after that first year, I guess I'm just in a much better position now, I suppose, where a few word of mouth referrals start to pay off and the work starts coming in more than me going out chasing the work, which is always a nice thing, and just allows more time to actually work as well. So that's been a good part of it.
From sitting there and looking at a week in your diary and going, we've got 3 cars this week. And when we started, to go, can we push this car to next week or the week after?
Keeping it in a good perspective, knowing full well that this has got a balance with your family as well. And if it does that, you have a happy family, you have a happy life.
And trust your instincts, I guess. If you think you've got a good idea, run with it and do what you can to make that idea work.
If you've got a business idea that you're really excited about, and you're committed and you're prepared to work hard, to put in the effort, then just have the courage to take the plunge and go for it.
It's up to you to show Neis too that you listened and that you're going to be a success.
I would highly recommend to anybody else who had an idea to give it a go, because it's amazing if you as I said before, if you take those steps and go through that process, have that plan, take those steps, go through that process, it's amazing what you can achieve.
Business is not easy, but with your passion and energy and our training and guidance, you can build a business that can achieve amazing outcomes. So, if you want to control your career and take charge of your own livelihood, come and do Neis, or New Enterprise Incentive Scheme, with the Small Business Experts, Australian Business Development Centre.